Hey, you know what? No banter intro, I'm pissed. Gee, fine, start the music then. And then, with that too. Okay. Leafs lose 6-3 to the Boston Bruins. And last night after the game, some of the people on Twitter and Facebook, oh my goodness, can I give you one of these? They always lose to the Bruins and it's not fair. Tyler Seguin and guess who can't score and Colburn face-offs. Here, I'm gonna stop the video right now and show you guys the intro I was gonna do if last night turned out slightly differently. Leafs win, pick a score over the Boston Bruins. And the Minnesota Wild lost. I know they didn't, stupid, this is if it was different. And since the Wild lost and the Leafs won, you know what that means? That means that it is December 1st and the Leafs lead the Northeast Division, Eastern Conference, and entire NHL with the league's top 2 scorers. That would have been my intro. To a T, I didn't even write it out. I just come up with it on the spot. If you want to see the written planning that went into this video, there you go. And the reason I'm so upset is just the crying. The Leafs lost to the after they won 3 straight. Oh, and Gustafsson was it? Yeah, Gustafsson. He won the last 4 before this game. Crying because the Leafs minus Reimer, Armstrong, Lombardi, and Brown, plus a few others that are banged up and kind of playing a little hurt, lost to the defending Stanley Cup champions who had won 11 of their last 12, and the only game that they lost was in the shootout to the Detroit Red Wings. Yeah, weird. They won 4 of the previous 5 games, and the one game they lost was by 1 goal. Luke Schenn, couple really bad giveaways. Tweets seconds before those giveaways. Schenn's got 2 points, woo! I read someone say send Schenn down to the minors? I will chokeslam you! Colby Armstrong 3 in the morning on Twitter style, just It's like when the team's losing, everyone just says they suck. When they're winning, they're lucky and this is unsustainable. And on a day where they don't play, hey, how can we get Bobby Ryan? I thought we were done with him. And I get a lot of questions, and I love them, but if you've been watching my videos for a while, trade proposals, no. Steve, do you think we could get Bobby Ryan for this? I don't care! I'm not gonna dedicate time to something that's probably wrong. Even if I put on my magical hockey Nostradamus hat a few years ago and said the Leafs are gonna get Phaneuf, never in a million years would I have guessed for White, Stajan, Mayers, and I don't even remember. Nicholas Hagman, I remember just after I said that. Package him up with Bobby Ryan and ship him to the Leafs. Toronto, this is why we can't have nice things. I go somewhere else in Canada and they're like, hey, where are you from? And I'm like, Toronto. And they just go, ugh. Who do you like? The Leafs. Ugh. And I go, I know, just bear with me for a sec, please. I gotta tell you a true story. It's the 2010 World Junior Hockey Championship, Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. I'm in my hotel and I order room service. I'll give you a few minutes to make fat jokes there. Guy comes up, he delivers it. He knows I've been there a few days, like we've ran into each other. And he goes, so where are you visiting from? I go, Toronto. He goes, A major part of his job is to be nice. Like under job description, be nice. That's like the #1 thing. And he said, ugh, at Toronto. And I told him, I'm like, well, I'm working here with like someone just down the hall who's from Texas. And we actually had a debate over who you would hate more. And his answer, I swear to God, oh, you. And you could tell that he was joking, but he kind of wasn't. And then I just see the reaction to last night's game, and I'm like, this is why no one likes us. This is why we can't have nice things. Every time Rob Ford flips off a motorist and it ends up in a national newspaper, just, Rob, come on. So I gotta end this rant at some point. Yes, the Leafs lost. Yes, mistakes were made. But given the context, just given how the Leafs have done lately, given the circumstances, the injuries, which everyone has, I know, but calm down. Remember when John Pohl was the second-line center? Remember when the Leafs had Francois Beauchemin instead of the league's second leading scorer, one of the top rookie defensemen, and a draft pick? Remember the Leafs started the season 0-7-1, didn't get a win until Game 9 against the Ducks, and there was a hat trick scored by Nicholas Hagman, a guy who was just put on waivers. It was part of a trade for the Leafs' current captain, Keith Aulley and Frederick Schustrom. I know the Leafs lost. I know it was at home. I know it was against the Bruins, but when you look at all that stuff, can you count your blessings, please? And I saw a few tweets that were like, I have every right to be frustrated with this team because of their performance. I guess, but that's kind of a rough way to go through life, don't you think? And listen, I'm not harping on all Leafs fans because a lot of the people watching right now are going, he's right, this is why we can't have nice things. This is why over the years, maybe not so much recently, but the Leafs could just throw all the money in the world at the top free agent out there and they'd just be like, no. End rant, scene. Those Grabowski and Lupul goals were pretty nice though, maybe they'll get them Saturday. They lose 5 straight, the rant might go the other way. 2 things I want to say. Number 1, thank you to everyone for donating to my Movember team. I know my Mo sucked, but it felt awesome to shave it off. And you helped Canada become the #1 country for donations for Movember. Good for you. I hate to end on a sad note in a video where I was just yelling the whole time, but one of my favorite comedians, maybe my favorite comedian, Patrice O'Neill, suffered a stroke in October. and just recently passed away. Oddly enough, from Boston, anyone who's been there, Roxbury. And I wrote a couple articles recently about the whole Bruins versus Sabres saga called The Punk Test, and that was all inspired by a bit that Patrice did on the radio one time, and it's a hilarious bit. It's pretty redundant. I can't think of an unfunny bit he did. I don't even know if he gave a crap about the Bruins, but he was the inspiration behind that article. And he's the reason this video is kind of late. I spent 4 hours listening to the Opie and Anthony show where just all his comedian friends came in and they just remembered the times they had with him, and it was awesome. And he was 41 years old. The age he died at and just his life and his life's work just attest to the fact that don't worry about the BS around you, like the team you cheer for losing one game, or any of the other insignificant crap that we just complain about. And if you just look at it, you kind of go, nah. So now that you're done watching this weird dude in a Leafs jersey that just screams in his room, go talk to your family, go talk to your friends, go plan where you're going to watch the next game, because sports are fun. Act like they are. Enjoy yourself.